Hello, Amy.
We need to pop you back in your oxygen, buddy.
Female G3. Yeah. JJ.
She has got allergies.
We've had quite a relentless period now.
Winter has been very challenging.
We're full at the moment, 34 patients.
It's bedlam, isn't it? I feel so sorry for the staff.
West Suffolk Hospital has never been busier.
Can we just put a pressure bandage on his head?
It's among the best performing A&E departments in England. But during 3 days here, we saw how a huge rise in demand for beds is putting staff and NHS systems under overwhelming pressure.
I thought I had just a straightforward chest infection over the last 3 or 4 days, maybe a week, but it's transgressed into a much heavier infection, which has really knocked me off my feet.
Peter was one of more than 220 emergency admissions while we were at West Suffolk, around a third of everyone who came to A&E.
They're talking about keeping me until Friday, so...
OK. Well, we wish you luck.
Thank you very much.
Peter is not alone in needing a bed.
We'll let them get on. Thank you, Peter.
OK.
Emergency admissions here are up 9% on last year and rose more than 14% in January, 3 times the national average, forcing the hospital to expand into every corner of available space.
This is a good practical example of how the hospital's adapted to cope with winter pressure. When we were here 8 weeks ago, this was the main waiting area for the emergency department. Now, the waiting room's been moved down the corridor, and this has become an escalation area. So patients who have been seen but are waiting to be admitted to hospital come in here, and that frees up more space in the emergency department so that ambulances can continue to offload patients in good time.
We've had a big influx in the last hour and a half.
Is there any help that you need from us at the moment?
Finding beds is a daily battle, and this is the front line. The meetings where staff discuss who can be discharged to make room for new admissions.
It's been extremely busy since the last time you were here. Then it especially hit us by about just after New Year. We had to open more escalation bed than what we were anticipating.
The hospital can only open extra beds if it has the staff, and winter has taken its toll.
We've been experiencing the last few days quite a lot of sickness in our staff, and I think there's a degree of people are quite exhausted. We've had quite a relentless period now of sort of short staffing deficits.
The back door of the hospital is as important as the front. Discharging patients promptly is crucial. And Shirley's job is to help those who need support once they get home.
Hello, Tom.
Tom is fresh out of hospital after becoming dehydrated following heart surgery. Shirley and an assessor from the local authority work out what care he needs to remain at home.
How important is it to you, as someone who's been independent all his life, to be back at home?
Very.
And to have everything you need to be able to stay here as long as possible?
Very. I'm intent on being independent. I can do everything myself, but I can't walk, you know? And it annoys me.
This scheme has supported almost 100 patients in 3 months and freed up nearly 350 bed days.
I know you're very independent, and this is what this is all about.
National Health has been a godsend to me, you know? The staff and everybody that have been helping me have been marvellous.
I've kind of given up counting now, but I have done 17 miles in one day.
Keeping patients moving through the hospital is crucial, and no one knows that better than the porters.
During the winter there has been a high demand. It's a very unpredictable demand as well. When you start the day you have absolutely no idea of knowing how many patients are going to come through the door.
And hour after hour, day after day, patients like Eric keep coming. He's in his 80s and here after collapsing in Tesco's.
This happened yesterday, right out of the blue, and it happened within seconds.
That's a bit of a worry, isn't it, even for a...
Well, that wasn't a worry for me at the time, because I didn't know what had happened.
The NHS has coped with this record demand better than last year. And while we may not be calling it a crisis, this winter has revealed a new normal of services at full stretch. Time will tell if it is sustainable. Paul Kelso, Sky News at West Suffolk Hospital.